Welcome to the Stronger Marriage Podcast, where we're talking some phrases that you need to include in your marriage that your spouse needs to hear.
Welcome to the Stronger Marriage Podcast with Trey and Lee. On this podcast, you'll hear real topics about real life. They cover everything from married sex to raising kids to loving your spouse so much that you're willing to forgive them for occasionally being the most annoying person in the world. Trey and Lee have raised 4 boys, been married over 30 years, and somehow still really like each other. And now, live from the metropolis of Childress, Texas, a place so flat you can watch your dog run away for 3 days. Here are your hosts for the Stronger Marriage Podcast, Trey and Lee Morgan.
Hello, everybody. Good Thursday afternoon. I nearly said Wednesday. We let Wednesday get by yesterday.
We did. We usually podcast on Wednesdays, but we were tied up yesterday and did not get a chance. Sorry about that.
It's all right. We, are in the middle of another project.
Why?
That's a good question. Right after you started, it's like, why did we think this was a good idea?
Yeah. At least it's not a big kitchen remodel like we were doing last year during quarantine.
Not quite as extensive as that, but it is a bathroom, so it's involving a little bit of work.
This was a bathroom we redid probably 14, 15 years ago, maybe. Mm-hmm. Somewhere in that area, when we were just learning how to do remodels.
First tile job we'd ever done. That kind of thing. So
and we since then we have really learned how to do a much better job. It really was just kind of a facelift on an old bathroom. Took out the pink tile, and now we're coming back and gutting it down to some studs and redoing it and making it nice.
That's right. Did we have pink in there before?
It was pink. Was it pink
or
white?
No, it was white.
Okay, sorry.
It was white. We put tan, and now we're going back to white. Crazy how that works, right?
So we should have just left it.
We should have, because honestly, what we ripped out however many years ago was the square, not subway tile, but just the square white tile that's like back in style. It really does. It happens. Things come back around.
Okay, you men listening to me, don't let your wife talk you into remodeling. Just wait long enough.
Oh my goodness.
It is going to come back into style.
There were so many other things wrong with that bathroom, though.
There were.
Anyway,
everything comes back into style.
We opened it up. We're lightening it up. It'll be better.
Yeah.
Adding lots of light. We are lightening it up color-wise and adding more lights in there, which was needed. So
yes, that is right. So we enjoy doing this together.
We are. So, but that's what we were doing yesterday for the most part, is shopping for tile and materials. Ugh.
That was better than demo day. Demo day was fun. It's just hard on my body.
Hard work, yes. And materials have gone up, but I will say we don't need a lot of wood for this project, which is kind of what's so expensive right now.
Bought a bunch of tile on sale.
We did. We got an excellent deal on our tile, so that was good.
Yeah, very good.
So today we're talking about phrases that your spouse needs to hear from you on a regular basis.
These are things that
yes.
should be included in your marriage. You should be saying these, and your spouse should be saying these, and you don't take advantage of your marriage or your spouse just because you're married to them. You have to continue to build and work and everything else, and apologize and discuss and different things that we're going to talk about today. So I don't know how many we've got, but we've got a few that we'll work through. Just good, healthy statements for you to say in your marriage that I think if you would include these to your spouse and your spouse will include these to you, it would be a good thing.
Yes. So kicking right in.
Yep.
The first thing that we have on our list is, I believe in you.
I like that.
I believe you can do an excellent job on this bathroom project.
That does help. I will be honest with you. The fact that you tell me that I can makes me feel like maybe I can pull that off. On
demo day, he was counting. I didn't know it, but he was counting the times that I came in and told him he was doing a good job.
Yeah. We preach in our workshop, 5 praises to 1 criticism. And I think my point was when you came in and said something about something was, whoa, you owe me a couple of more praises before you can say something about this that you don't like.
Exactly.
Yeah, you better give me 5 praises to 1 criticism on this job if you want to keep me going here.
Yes.
But no, it's good. It's good in marriage to be able to say, I believe in you. Anytime your spouse has a project going on, if they've got something going on at work, they've got something going on coming up, to just have that support from their spouse going, hey, you got this. I believe in you. I'm here for you. I'm going to stand by your side. And I can remember things that I've done in my life where whether it was running a marathon and spending 6 months training and you telling me, hey, you got this. You're going to pull this off. I believe in you. And there's motivation in that. To have a spouse that doesn't believe in you, and even maybe you do believe in your spouse, but if you never say it, then your spouse actually needs to hear you say, hey, honey, you got this. You are awesome at this, whatever it is.
Yes. Don't just take for granted that they know, or that, as Trey said, you may believe that they're going to do a great job. You may believe in them, but they need to hear it. Yeah. Don't just assume that they know.
You be your spouse's biggest fan. You be their biggest cheerleader. You stand over there with them pom-poms and you be going, hey, you got this. I am here. Hoorah, hoorah.
That's it.
And so, yeah, I believe in you. Now, kind of the follow-up to that is I'm proud of you. And that may be you've completed whatever it is you've done. And you have an opportunity now to tell your spouse, I am so proud of you. You worked so hard at this.
Yes.
You are awesome. Well done. And that is something that you need to hear. And we're good at saying these things to our kids.
Yeah.
We tell our kids things like this all the time. Hey, you got this. You're going to do great on that test. Or I'm proud of how hard you worked at that. But we don't often tell our spouse that. We just think they should either know it or we just don't say it. And that's
right.
not a healthy thing.
And that's the thing with most of these things on this list is that we just assume that they already know, or we just have the attitude of, well, why do I need to tell them that? But they need to hear these things. And I am proud of you. You don't even have to wait until they've completed something. Just tell them that you're proud of them. Tell them that you're proud to be their wife or proud to be their husband. Just regularly, people need to hear that.
And these are a couple of statements that if your spouse is big on affirmation or admiration or praise, man, these have got to be a part of your regular repertoire because I'm one of those type guys. I am motivated by praise. I am motivated. You get me to do anything if you just tell me I'm awesome at doing it. And so I need to hear those things. Those keep me going. And so if your spouse is like that, then just keep it on thick. Keep it on thick.
Yes. What's the next one?
The next one is we're going a different direction. You need to be able to say this in marriage. I apologize. And maybe you need to include in there, I was wrong, more than I just apologize. You don't apologize because you've hurt your spouse's feelings and you want them to get over it. You apologize because you realize I did something to hurt your feelings and I was wrong about that. And we need to do better in marriages at apologizing and saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah. Hopefully you're not just doing it because you got caught doing something or to try to get yourself out of trouble. Really own up to it and say, I was wrong for whatever I did that hurt you. And I don't know why that's so hard to do in marriage sometimes, to say those words. It makes me think of the Fonz on Happy Days. He just couldn't say I was wrong. It was I was.
Yeah. you have just eliminated half of the audience that's listening to this.
I just dated myself.
Yeah.
Surely they've seen reruns, at least reruns.
People under 30 are going, what is a Fonz?
No, you've seen reruns of Happy Days. I believe in you, people. You've seen it.
Yeah, you have just so dated yours. I should have said, the Fonz, who's that? Yeah, I don't know this Fonz guy. That was before my time.
Oh, goodness.
But no, yeah.
Look it up.
Why do you think that's hard in marriage? Why do you think it's hard to say, I apologize or I'm sorry?
I was wrong. Yeah, our pride gets in the way of that, for sure.
It's kind of like you say in anger a lot of times. Sometimes we blame our anger on other people when we're actually in control of it. You know, I let them cut me off in traffic, or they cut me off in traffic. That's why I lost my temper, or whatever it is. And really, we're the ones in charge of our anger. We're also the ones in charge of our pride and apologizing. And so you may be thinking, why do I have to apologize? Yes, I did something I shouldn't have, but I wouldn't have done it if.
Yeah, don't always have to justify your actions. If your spouse calls you out on something, don't say, well, I got preoccupied and the time got away from me, and it just say, oh, man, I messed up. I'm so sorry. I was wrong. I'll do better.
Yeah. Learn to say I apologize. We say in our workshop oftentimes that, of course, the old adage, the old saying is the 3 keys to good real estate, to being successful, is location, location, location. And the good, successful way to 3 keys of being good at marriage is apologizing and forgiving over and over and over. Just be that couple that goes, I messed up. Oh, I forgive you, whatever it is.
That's right. You're both going to need forgiveness at some point in time. Be good forgivers, but be just as good at apologizing as you are at, wanting to receive forgiveness.
Yep. Which we'll talk more about in a minute.
Yes.
Oh, I like this next one. This next one is, and this is something your spouse needs to hear, I need you.
Yes.
Everybody wants to be needed.
Yes, we like to have a purpose, right?
That's it.
Everybody wants a purpose.
And that's more than I need you to do my laundry.
Exactly.
I need you to mow the grass. It is, I just need you in my life.
I need you, yes.
And we just think our spouse knows that a lot. But your spouse needs to hear that. Maybe that's a text you just need to send your spouse this week. Something along the lines of, you just don't realize how much I need you and how much I appreciate you. Every spouse wants to hear that they're needed and they've got a purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. The next one is I want you.
Ooh.
Yes.
I like that one.
I think this one probably, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say it might strike a chord with men more than women, but really it probably doesn't. It's probably an equal playing field there.
Everybody wants to be
both people want to be wanted and desired.
And this can be sexually and even not sexually. Now, of course, if I hear you say, oh, baby, I want you.
Yes.
I'm not thinking non-sexually.
Yes. That's why I said this might strike a chord more with men.
But this is also meaning, hey, I want you. I choose you over and over and over. I married you 32, almost 33 years ago, and I'd marry you again today. That's I want you. And that is something that everyone needs to hear. I need to hear you say, I want you.
Yeah, it's a whole lot better than hearing, well, I guess we're stuck with each other, so let's make the best of it. Right?
That's not good.
No.
Everybody wants to be
yes.
wanted. And to have your spouse say, I still want you today more than what I wanted you when we married is a great thing.
Absolutely.
So,
yes.
That's good stuff. So that can be sexually or non-sexually. Yes. So here's the other part of the I forgive you. And we do need to mention this. And I think it's good to mention.
Sorry.
No,
I apologize.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
The other part of I apologize.
Yes. Which is I forgive you.
Yes.
And so if your spouse apologizes, it's probably a good idea to say I forgive you. To say it, say you're forgiven, or we've done this before. There have been times where you said I apologize, or I've said I've apologized, and you said I already forgave you for it. Be a good forgiver. Now, once you say it, you got to do it.
Yes.
You can't say I forgive you for this and then bring it back up.
Yes, we've said before, don't be historical in your relationship. Don't bring up everything that your spouse has ever done in the past.
That's it. So be good at saying I forgive you. It doesn't mean you might not be a little mad at somebody for something or whatever it is, but you can.
You don't have to forget, and chances are you probably won't forget if it's a big thing. If it's a little thing, you're gonna forget. It's no big deal. But but you don't have to dwell on it. You might not forget it, but you don't have to just
keep bringing it up.
Keep bringing it up. And keep dwelling on it. Just let it go.
Yeah. It's better for you to forgive for yourself's sake than it is the other person a lot of times, because if you're stewing on it and you're just becoming bitter, it's hurting you a whole lot more than it is the other person. So free yourself from that.
Yeah.
Here's another one, and this is one that I always need to do better on, and it's I'm listening to you. I hear you. And that is where your spouse knows that they have your attention, whether it's in a conversation or whatever it is. I'm listening to you. I hear you. And so don't be that guy or girl who their spouse says, you didn't hear anything I said, right? And you look up from your phone and go, boy, that's a strange way to start a conversation.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
There are ways to show that you're listening, and that's by whatever, putting the phone down, making eye contact. But it's also good to just actually say the words, yes, I'm listening. Go ahead and let's talk.
Yep, I'm listening. Eye contact really helps. It does for me anyway. If I'm making eye contact, I'm hearing a whole lot better than I am if I'm looking somewhere else. How about I love you?
Yes.
Who doesn't like to hear that?
Everybody needs to hear that.
They do. And
Yes.
and you can try to find new ways to say that. You can say that in the morning when you get up, before bed, after intimacy. But learn to say it in different places. Make your touch and your I love yous more than just what takes place during intimacy. Send it randomly in a text message during the day, especially you guys, all right? I'm a man. I can talk to the guys for a second. Do a good job at being affectionate with your I love yous more than just when sex has taken place or is about to take place. And so send that text message. Your spouse walks in after working, your wife walks in after working all day long, and I missed you and I love you today. They may look at you and go, what do you want?
What did you do?
What did you do? What did you buy?
Right.
But make sure your spouse doesn't have any doubt about your love because you're saying it oftentimes. Don't be the jerk who said, well, I told my wife, I told her I loved her when we got married, and if I ever change my mind, I'll let her know. Nobody wants to be married to that guy or that girl.
That's exactly right.
So be good at saying I love you.
Yes.
Find a new way to do that every day. Leave a Post-it note. Just little things to just say I love you.
Yes, and we talk about all the time that you need to show your spouse that you love them, and this is true. And it's probably easier for me to show you that I love you through little acts, but it's equally as important to actually say the words.
That's right.
So don't just don't just assume that your spouse knows you love them because you fix their coffee and bring it to them every day and make their favorite meals and do their laundry. Tell them. Actually say the words.
Yeah. We have some friends named the Thompsons, and when their son Zachary was little, we used to make lots of trips for basketball games. Our sons were playing basketball. Zachary was the little brother, and so he just rode with us to watch basketball. And I just remember Zachary almost every 10 minutes would lean up from the back seat and go, "Hey, Dad. Yeah, what, Zachary? Dad, I love you, Dad." And Bill never got tired of it. Bill never said, "I know, you don't have to tell me anymore." And I loved listening. We may have made a 2-hour trip to a basketball game and 2 hours back, and Bill may have got 200 I love yous from Zachary, because it was just constant. Hey, Dad, don't forget, I love you. And man, that was the best stuff. And that's good stuff right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Say the words.
Say the words. Give us another one.
I appreciate all you do for me and our family.
Ooh, that is good, because your spouse probably does things that you don't realize, and maybe you can add some in there. I appreciate, you doing the laundry
Right.
and
Specific
folding up the
things.
clothes. I appreciate you taking care of the lawn or the cars, getting my oil changed. Don't take the little stuff for granted. A spouse who feels appreciated will always be and do more. That is just how that works. And so make sure thank you for cooking supper. Thank you for cleaning up. Even if it's your night to cook and clean up, you be that spouse who is appreciative to your spouse for what they do. Thanks for working so hard for our family to provide for us.
Yeah. And it's easy to take each other for granted because we have our roles that we both are happy to do, and we just do it without much thought. But it is nice to get that, hear those words that somebody appreciates what I do. Somebody actually notices that I unload the dishwasher and whatever.
Yep, that is right. So make sure you're saying that. One more. Thanks for putting up with me and loving me on my bad days. That's a pretty good thing to say. Everybody has a bad day every now and then. Let's hope that it's every now and then and not everybody has more bad days than they do good days. But, when you stick through the tough times, it makes the good times much better. So maybe when you've had a rough day, maybe when you were a little on the crabby side, maybe you just weren't in your normal good mood self one day, you tell your spouse, thank you for loving me on my bad days, and I'm sorry that I was just a little crabby today.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks for putting up with me, because we all have those days where, we're glad that our spouse just pretty much puts up with us.
Yeah. So I thought of one more for you that I think you would like. How about I brought you tacos?
Yes, I need to hear that on a regular basis.
Yes, I brought you tacos. That makes you happy.
Or chocolate.
Yes.
Yes.
Or coffee.
Or yes.
You're pretty easy to please.
Just bring me something.
Some shoes.
Just bring me something.
Bring me something. There you go. And then you could say, well done. You are awesome.
Yes.
There you go. See,
yes.
so many
Thank
of
you
these.
for providing
That's
for
it.
me.
That's
and
exactly right.
Yes.
This was a fun episode. We hope y'all are doing well. We've got a huge workshop in Murfreesboro, Tennessee coming up, and it already is just, just a ton of people have registered. We're excited about that.
That's good.
We have a brand new workbook for this workshop. If you've ever attended our workshop, unless you were at our getaway weekend, you've never seen this workbook. This is a new actual book that we bring to our workbook that is part of we bring to our workshop that is a part of the workshop now, and you'll get like an actual book instead of a little papers put together.
Right. So our hope for that is that it will become more of a resource that you'll want to hang on to and refer to, stick it on your bookshelf and get it out every once in a while and look up what those date nights are, or if you need another marriage book to read together, there's some resources listed in there. Anyway, we just hope that this workbook in the form of an actual book will be something you'll keep.
Yeah. And if you're listening and you have not found our 2 books on marriage, we encourage you to get those books on marriage. We have the first one, 10 Ways to a Stronger Marriage, which is an actual book about marriage. It has some discussion questions in the back for you to give some thoughts to, am I doing this well? And then our second book is
Wisdom for Your
Marriage. It's a study in the book of Proverbs, kind of a daily devotional, about 10 minutes every morning. Maybe you're a night person, maybe 10 minutes every night is all it takes. And it's kind of a journal book that you write in, and we have had so much great
And it really
feedback.
just helps people take a look at areas that they need to improve on personally in order to be a better spouse.
Yep, that's right.
So
if you haven't found
yes.
those, you need to check those out, because we'd love for you to find them.
That's right. We will see you guys. Are we going to see them next week?
Yeah, we probably need to. We'll figure it out. We're supposed to be going on vacation, people. We'll let you know.
Bye.